to game 2 of Blog versus Season 10. We do have a small lineup change. OG Juiceman was subbing top lane for Blog last game, and their original top laner Ganwian has returned this game. So first things first, Hoagie and Menbung, what do you guys think changes about their game plan and their approach to this game with this roster change?
Uh, I think it means that there's going to be a York ban.
Fair. So it changes the strategy for season 10 more than it changes anything for
Well,
one.
I think it also. I mean, it's the guy that's played with them the most, and probably a familiar voice back in comms. Split pushing top player who can probably, you know, I think it is better just to always have your 5. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Always something to be said about familiar faces.
Somebody's messaging me.
all right, we're into pick
Stream
now.
pressing R. Lego.
And of course, the Caitlyn ban focusing down on Freedom Penguin once again.
I would have loved to see the first pick Caitlyn by Jirachi. I know Jirachi can play that. It could have been a nice takeaway and could focus 3 bans on
Neil
if they wanted to.
Yeah, that would have been a different way about going about it for sure. Going to be interested to see if they ban the Warwick instead of the Sejuani. Isn't that what they did last game?
Yes. There's a Sedge Kane ban that came down against Neil. And that's the problem with banning against Neil, honestly. I think his champ pool at this point is too deep with too many comfortable picks to justify ban. I don't believe that his Kane is that much cleaner than his Warwick or his Sedge or his Jarvan, or like he just has too many clean champions. I feel like you're almost better served just letting him have what he wants. Because even if you put 2 bans on him, he's gonna get what he wants.
I think that if you ban 3 and it's the Kane, Warwick, and the Jarvan,
that's a nutty Sejuani though.
I know, but I think if you can punish this Sejuani, she's not necessarily in the best place right now. She's a little bit slower. She's not going to level 3 gank.
That's fair. Right? So you can play to the shortcomings of the champion, since you can't play the shortcomings of the Neil.
We're at season 9 PMA LCS where Sivir is first picked once again.
Again.
So
that'll never stop.
Something that I do want to mention.
By the way, Neil still did win.
Something that I do want to mention is Neil the Steel. I think most likely, we should. What I would have done is just ban the Kayn. I think the Kayn is the strongest out of the all the other junglers by far. I think, being his former captain, I think that's what I understand best. Although his other champions are pretty clean, but. And then we see Aphelios being picked up
94 at season 10 Wondered game number 1. So we see a Sivir and the Aphelios coming out for Freedom Penguin with Morgana. So we do see an Aphelios this game. We didn't see it last game.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick. I mean, we were all pretty surprised to not see it last game. So
So this is the different way of doing it. So now they've banned the Kayn, the Warwick, and picked the Jarvan.
Picked the Jarvan, yeah. And Jarvan is definitely a comfort pick for JLP.
Yeah.
This time they opted to ban Malphite and Gnar. Both banning top laners, but one's for Ganwian and one's for Guy Fieri.
Yeah, because they really have no way of knowing who goes where. I mean, they both pretty comfortably flop between top and mid.
I'll say that I think the Gnar ban, not that Guy Fieri's not good at it, it's just that is something you can probably ban in second rotation, because I don't know anybody. Well, maybe Guy Fieri will blind a Gnar, but I wouldn't.
That's fair.
And I think that's going to be a Karma bot lane for Mr. Matt. As the Jax jungle comes out, that is
I love Jax jungle.
100% for Neil the Steel.
I like Jax. He's one of those champs who, like, you know, maybe right now he's not like super strong, but there's never a time he feels bad. You know, Jax almost always feels solid enough to be worth picking.
Well, at 30 minutes, Jax always becomes a champion. And I like the Anivia ban here just in case Ganwian does come in. I'm expecting a Yorick ban. And if they don't ban the Yorick, maybe this is where Set gets played into Yorick, but I'm not sure how that matchup works.
That'd be interesting.
Cho'Gath. So they're gonna leave the Yorick up. Yep. Okay.
Interesting. His Yorick is solid enough that I think it's
I think his Yorick can win this game.
Yeah. I mean, Yorick's in a great spot right now, and Ganwian is very comfortable on him.
Yeah. Set wins in every top versus every top laner. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I'm very inclined to disagree. Set's numbers are way too big right now, but Set gets garbaged by ranged top laners. He's way too easy to kite. He has no mobility. He has no dash. He has no disengage.
I don't know how that would work.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know enough about the matchup to say why it works, but statistically Aatrox wins a lot against Set. But yeah, I just think like
a bit presumptuous. Kale in the top lane for Ganwian into the Mordekaiser top lane, unless it's Mordekaiser mid. I'm not too sure. What do we need here? Lucian mid. Or if it was... Oh, wait. This is Guy Fieri's team, right? It's Sivir mid with Lucian Karma bot. Just telling you right now, it's Sivir mid. He's boasting a 56% win rate at the closest that is. And
Lucian, Lucian mid is really popular right now.
Yeah, but wait, Mudkips is on the other team. Yeah, so no. If Guy Fieri is the mid laner on this team, it's Sivir mid.
Bold. So they picked the Karma again, but they aren't giving it to him.
What? What did he say? No. Kale top, Karma bot lane with Lucian for Jirachi, and Sivir mid with Jarvan. Jungle. That's the way that it is. If Guy Fieri is on this team, he's playing the Sivir. And Guy Fieri is on this. I mean, I totally forgot about that. When I saw the Lucian, I was like, oh, Lucian mid. And I was like, wait, that's not a Guy Fieri champion. That's a Jirachi champion. Although, I wish it would have not been Karma for the bot lane.
The weak fear the shadows.
Something
fear controls them.
That can lock down a Philios would be a lot better, but I guess you just kind of run at him and you let Lucian do Lucian things. This is definitely Jirachi trying to take advantage of a better 2v2, I think. Okay. Siren, plat stats work as a champion. It doesn't matter what rank the people in the game currently are. Because people playing this game right now could play Set versus Kale, and if Kale doesn't play the way that she's supposed to be played, she'll just get dumpstered on. But then people might, walk away from this saying, oh wow, Kale's really, really bad into Set. When, in all honesty, no, Kale is really, really good into Set. As long as she just plays really safe for the first 6 levels. That's all you have to do. Kale just wants to become a champion. So plat stats are a good way of... Plat plus stats are a really good way of deciding if a champion is decent. So, uh, obviously the higher you go, but it's the top 10% of the league players in almost every region server, so it's a decent one.
Yeah. It's important to remember though, like a 56% win rate is still losing 44% of the time, right? Like 56 is
Don't
great.
try to sell this.
No, for sure. It's still great, but it doesn't mean unbeatable. The idea that Set wins versus every top laner is wild. Unless you have
I think he's really,
ridiculous-
really good into what currently is very strong in the top lane. But like you said, ranged matchups he struggles with.
It just means like I feel like we have to remember that like our litmus test for a champion being ideally balanced is 50, and as much as we like to crap on Riot does a decent job of that. I mean, the margin of error is small enough that 56 is wild, right? Like 6% is a huge outside of their normal margin of error, but 6% is still like leaving a lot of room for losses and counters and outplay.
I'm just gonna probably.
That's how numbers work.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just gonna respectfully disagree because it depends on the play rate, right? Because and that's gonna increase the numbers, right? More time or more games played makes the percentages less, right? And if he's where is he at right now? Stats, champion.gg.
That doesn't.
Set has a 7.64 play rate right now. That's massive.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So law of large numbers.
So he has 7.64% play rate, and he still has a 53.5% win rate in top lane. I think it's saying that he's really, really strong to what's good in the current meta.
Yeah, I mean, he's also overtuned. His numbers are massive right now. I'm just saying that, we have to remember it's not unbeatable. We like to be hyperbolic a lot, and I get why people get that way because it is frustrating when a champion is that overtuned. It's hyperbolic to say that 53% win rate means that, or even 56% means that he's unbeatable, no counters, beats every single champion in the top lane.
It is Guy Fieri on the Lucian mid, by the way. Just letting you know.
It is Guy Fieri on the Lucian. That's incredible. He's taking. That'll be interesting. I don't know if I agree with the TP into a Yasuo, because you're going to want that Ignite, but we'll find out. Just to clarify, Kled and Soraka and Kale and Quinn are worst matchups for Set in the top lane.
Kled's Raka, Kale, Quinn. Kale makes sense. Raka makes sense because Raka is really overtuned top lane right now.
Kled makes a lot of sense too.
Quinn makes sense because of the range. Kled, I don't honestly know the matchup well enough to say why. But
with Mordekaiser and Alawi coming, but they are not tough, he's usually winning those matchups. So
interesting.
Yeah, so that's all. We talked about Set a lot now. He's not even in this game. And okay, so Lucian didn't take TP, he took Exhaust.
Oh, that's interesting. I like it.
I would have rather seen the Ignite. So I think Exhaust is in a really weak spot right now, and we're seeing 2 Exhausts being taken this game. So yeah, he's just overtuned. Sebastian. Sure. I do think
it's mostly his W. His W just has massive numbers right now.
Yeah, and the current meta is, hey, let's all fight, and when that's the way you want to play, then boom. Let's see.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, if you look in different, I'm just gonna belabor this point because no,
it's interesting. Lord knows we got time to talk about it.
In North America alone, his win rate against 5 separate or 6 separate champions is below a 50%. So Singed, Kale, Yorick, Kled, Pantheon, and Shen, interestingly enough. In EU West, Cassio, Kled, Tryndamere, Yorick, Kale. And in Korea, it's Yorick, Poppy, Soraka, Volibear, and Zac. So that's like a really weird, interesting, but like those, there are some counters to him. It's just weird looking at different ones. Like Shin is a winning matchup in North America, but a losing matchup in Korea in Plat Plus. So it's like just I think it tells you about the way that different regions play. In North America, you see that they want to first pick it in LCS on red side and stuff, because if you just run at each other, which is what a lot of North American LCS is right now, set does really well. And if you just want to kite, which we don't know because LCK hasn't started because of coronavirus. Yeah, you just
Or LPL. It sucks.
Yeah.
Mostly Kano LPL. Tried to get into the sport this season and I can't watch two of the best regions.
Yeah, well, Europe is probably still better. Top to bottom, Europe is third still, I think.
For
They
sure.
have like 5 really good teams, and LPL is still the best region overall. Okay, looking at these keystones. Ganwian taking Press the Attack. Jarvan taking Electrocute.
I would have liked to see more of an aftershock.
From whom?
From J4 maybe?
No, Conqueror.
Conqueror or Conqueror? Yeah, Conqueror is.
Yeah, I would have liked Conqueror on him more than Electrocute for sure.
I think the only that's one of the only curious ones over there. Karma is fine with the Airy. Morgana Comet seems more like a
the
solo
classic
one.
PMA LCS pause. So exciting.
Oh really? I'm not even in.
Well,
So
yeah, I'm not in yet, so perfect.
but it's okay. Yeah. So I'm at how much time are you at, Hoagie?
5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Right, like the pause timer.
39, 38, 37.
Nope. See, I'm not even there. Wow.
For the pause hours only.
Oh
Well,
wait.
Well,
Right,
I-
you're at 33, 32, 31.
Speed it up if you can.
Is that a thing?
Pause.
I can speed up the pause?
Because I'm at 18, 17,
17,
16.
16,
Yeah.
14, 13, 12, 11.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop counting now because I'm getting tired.
Please, yeah.
I'm close to you, but not perfect. So, what's your game timer at?
That's okay.
5 seconds.
Okay, so pause like as soon as you're out, and I'll meet you there.
Okay,
You
I'm at
still
6
5?
second.
We're
I'm
gonna
at
pause
6
at 10.
second.
All
I'll
right,
pause at 10. Okay. I'll pause at
10
10.
works for me.
Pause at 10.
Cool, I'm there.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, on and over upward. Here we grow. Rearranging my tab menu.
Same. Red team has pinged
A lot of pings.
right down mid lane.
None of them are. Oh. Yeah,
Well,
they get
well-
caught by Jarvan. That is not gonna happen.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It will be really interesting to see Guy Fieri pilot the solution.
I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun.
Alright, welcome to Chili's.
Alright, welcome to the jungle.
They know they're in.
No, they've called for a dance party.
Ah, I see.
Minions have spawned.
I was joking, but okay. You don't get to joke. There are no jokes in the PMA LCS.
We're all
said he
serious.
So, it looks like Mudkips is... Okay, I was about to be like, what is going on here? So both junglers starting on their bottom sides. I do like that more for Jarvan because I think Mordekaiser is a very easy lane to gank, and you can, you know, punish him with the flash right there. Also could look to probably gank mid lane level 3 would be nice as well.
Yeah, and Jarvan definitely wants to take advantage of that. You know, Jax has good early game ganks, but he definitely pops off, like you said, around like the 30-minute mark. He becomes a huge threat. So as much as Jarvan can take advantage of his early to mid game pressure, Juiced by Daddy putting a lot of damage down on Ganwian does pop that passive. Ganwian gets quite a bit of heal off, but is not going to be forced to back. I thought he might back off that, but
yep, now he just wants to try to get level 2. Jarvan should be hovering top side. They should know that Mordekaiser just warded. So, really
very smart, safe play by Mord to drop that vision there.
Yeah. And in the mid lane, for a gank, but maybe I think Guy Fieri sold it a bit too much.
No, pretty quiet early game. I mean, surprisingly, JLP did go top and look for that gank, but as expected, the vision sort of kept him off. And now this mid lane with the Lucian Yasuo, actually Mudkip's very low. Lucian taking both a farm advantage and a damage advantage, which makes sense with the range. You can punish pretty effectively. And we do have 2 coming down. Jarvan, who ends up getting the scuttle. Jarvan loses the scuttle and has to flash away, possibly losing his life. Oh, but JLP goes back in for it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe that's just a bit of a miscommunication right there. Like, hey, I'm here for you. And he was like, all right, I'm going to go back in. But he's used all of his cooldowns, and Lucian's not going to do much of anything.
Wow, Karut bad-mouthing Pimp Monkey as if Pimp Monkey didn't pop all the way off on ADC last night. Oh, a really good E from Juiced by Daddy. Pops the passive, but isn't enough to get the damage he needs. I really need to start learning the names of things. I know which one's on which button.
Hey, real quick, Keegan, you do know that Karut 328 is Pimp Monkey, right?
No.
Yeah.
Nope, everyone gets one name.
Okay, only one name.
When I'm literally Keegan, I'm not happy with you.
No.
Nothing I do can or will be held against me in a court of law. Oh, but Ganwian stepping too close will be held against him as another E pulls him in for big damage from Juiced by Daddy.
And Guy Fieri.
I am. Another one! Juiced by Daddy is landing all of these. Oh, but missing the Qs, and that's where the real damage lies. So, honestly, Ganwian getting pulled in by the E is not a huge deal as long as that Q doesn't land.
I will
Really poke from Mr. Matt. Kinda cheeky.
Really good poke from Karma there.
Yeah.
I think I really like the Karma matchup actually against Morgana. As a, when I play into that matchup, I think Karma definitely wins that as long as she doesn't get caught out by the Dark Binding.
Yep, here comes
JLP coming in for a gank. He doesn't get the knockup, but he does get behind him. Mudkips is able to blast through, and looks like Mudkips gets away. I heard the sound of a flash, but didn't see anyone move, so I'm not sure who flashed it. Looks like someone, who knows. Jarvan ends up going down from the counter gank from Neil to steal. Mudkip's taken low, but not quite killed.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like that sound was an ignite, not a flash.
Yep. Oh.
Jirachi getting very low, is forced to flash away. Freedom Penguin flashes into chase, is able to get the damage down, but Mr. Matt follows it up. Can Mr. Matt do it? Yes! Mr. Matt takes the Aphelios for the counter kill. Oh, but the second kill for Aphelios makes that a 2-for-1 in favor of Season 10.
This bottom lane of Season 10 is proving to, you know, be one of, if not the best right now, obviously. Ganwian's gonna go to the Shadow Realm.
Oh, big damage from that Q. Ganwin forced to pop his ult in response. Strauss needs to stay alive a bit longer. He does manage to stay alive long enough not to give Juice by Daddy those extra statistics, which is a big, big win, even if dying still sucks.
Yeah, I don't know about that win, but because he also lost his flash.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
It
not
is
quite
a
sure
win
what the
compared to giving the man extra stats. What do you mean,
Well,
So
the
you're
thing
telling
is,
me there is no difference? No, Hoagie, my turn. There is no difference between dying in a way that gives Mordekaiser extra statistics and dying in a way that doesn't give him extra stats?
but the problem there is that now Kale is gonna get bullied out even more and zoned off later on into the game because he doesn't have that flash for another
Someone in chat corrects me if I'm wrong, but those stats only last until they respawn.
I thought the cooldown timer was longer than that.
Caleb is juiced me daddy. Siren. So Caleb is not in this game.
Yes, there's Juice Me Daddy, Juice by Daddy, Juice by Mommy, and OG Juice Man.
Juice me mommy, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the reason why like dying without the stats doesn't matter, because when you come back alive, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha. I thought it was a global timer on the.
Nope. Oh man.
Oh my god, the damage from Juice by Daddy is just. Ganwin's gotta be frustrated by that. I mean, that was just 2 combos brought him down to nearly dead.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup is not fun and not easy. It needs a lot of jungle intervention, which, you know, what I was hoping to see. Yes, you have to kill them in the ult to get the stats. But it's only temporary, because it's supposed to help boost you once you come out of this Shadow Realm initially, not so that you become this monster of a champion.
Gotcha. I thought it was like a couple minutes.
Oh god.
Yeah, I thought it was like a few minutes, so I was like, what the hell? Of course it's better to get those. Like, what? But gotcha, they only last so Cole's alive. Freedom just barely gets away from that. Juice by Daddy now actually going to about half health. JLP somewhere on the map is going low, but they won't show it to me. Oh, he's just on Krugs.
Yeah. See, like, the Kale, I think probably should have gone deep here and not, press the attack, but that's just me, because you just want to be able to sustain and...
Oh, and Juice by Daddy pops him out, does get him into the Shadow Realm. Again, Ganwin has to drop his ult in the Shadow Realm, but it's not going to be enough, and this time Juice by Daddy does kill while still in the Shadow Realm, and is going to be able to flex those stats on some minions.
So, one thing, Kale is really, really behind. One thing, once she gets level 16, if she gets there, she'll be a champion. But now Mordekaiser is so far ahead. Also, I like the use of Herald top. I don't like the use of it before taking down the first 2 plate. For any junglers who wants to use Herald, it is important that you currently take the first 2 or like almost 2.5 plates of damage off, because not only does it put the tower at killable range for the retail charge, it gives you're gonna obviously collect more gold because it does true damage, and there's like armor debuffs and stuff.
Interesting. So you get more gold by killing the plates first and then Shelly second.
Yeah, well, because if you have the time to do it, oh no, Ganwin.
Oh, poor baby. Well, this is exceptionally, you know, one of the things I like to commentate on, and something I'm very interested in, is the emotional game of League, and lots of pings going down for that Lucian up there. Jax does seem to get the jump on him, but there's a fight going down bot that they really want us to see on this directed camera. Oh, and the ult takes down JLP.
The Ignite at the very end with the ult, but yeah.
Yes, the Aphelios ult, Ignite got the last tick.
Yeah.
Aphelios ult brought him into killable range.
So you're speaking about the emotional part of it?
Yeah, I'm very interested in like how people, you know, respond to frustration, and I think Ganwin right now, Gujarati being very aggressive here with quite a bit of damage. I'm not gonna finish it though. There's just no way Ganwin doesn't get frustrated here. You know, like nobody could not. That 2-man gank right there. you're not even pushed up that far. You're nowhere near river. You're just trying to live your life. And here they come again to kill you again. You know, it's tough to come out of that and not be a little tilted.
Yeah, I do think though. There's two things going on. One, it's really, really good call by whoever it is, or the Mord of the Jacks right there, to punish a very weak champion right now who's already stepped behind, and then put them even further behind. But I think it's also a mental thing to where it's like, if you're going to continue, Jirachi.
Big flash comes in. Oh, Freedom Penguin returns the flash, but it's taking quite a bit of damage. But he's got the perfect weapons for that. He does get the damage. Now, Mr. Matt's going to be able to kill him off. Didn't really need that flash, but yeah.
If there's one word I could say for right now for the side of Blog, it is desperation.
Because there's one word I can say to everyone in this game: it's stop flashing. Everyone is flashing. Everyone's very trigger happy with their flashes right now. Ganween getting chased down again. And Juiced by Daddy looks like he knows he can get it. Oh, does miss the Q though. It looked like he hit that E, but we're going to see this mid lane instead. Flash comes out from Mudkips, but he walks right back in as Neil the Steel comes in. Neil jumps in, he does get the stun off, and Mudkips gets absolutely melted by the Yasuo. Or sorry, Mudkips melts Mr. Matt. Oh, they go back in. Neil the Steel is forced to flash out. A good flag crack for JLP to get out of his own ult, but he actually does go down. Neil the Steel as Mordecai teleports down, and there is a dragon and gold before him.
So this will be the second dragon of the game, and right on cue, desperation. Blue team really just searching for stuff. This is not something that's indicative of Blog, but this is something I feel that is indicative of, Guy Fieri. Why are you here?
Big ult there, and in a great position where Guy Fieri, you can see there, he tries to go to the very edge of the Shadow Realm, but that doesn't do enough for him, and Mord's able to just take him down.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, it's not that I mean to say that the time that it does happen, it just kind of does, and just covers my point, is that it really seems like a lot of teams kind of just do whatever, and there's not communication going on about stuff, and then you just kind of do stuff to try to make something happen, but I'm not sure if we always know what that thing is because it's not being communicated by everyone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we're seeing here is very much, like you said, not indicative of Blog playing poorly so much as it's indicative of Season 10 just playing well.
Yeah,
and certainly there's mistakes coming from both sides, and certainly Blog is obviously making some mistakes, but I think most of the credit goes to Season 10 just being a dominant force.
Yeah, I mean, they are one of the better teams right now, I believe. But
I'm unconvinced that Jirachi was in that turret's range there, but it doesn't matter as they do die to Freedom Penguin, but they get the reverse kill, and both ladies go down. Yeah, that did not look at all like Jirachi was standing in that turret's circle.
Bit unfortunate there.
Well, those turrets do a whole lot of damage, so it's got to be frustrating when you, especially if it looks on your screen the way it did on mine. Ganween forced to flash, but the follow-up flash by Juiced by Daddy, honestly, just doing enough damage by standing in the passive lands a key.
Yeah, this is definitely. So you usually ask the question, and
it's usually around 15-20 minutes, but
their team gets outscaled unless Kale can hit level 16 and do CLG ruin stuff inside the base for 1v4s.
Fair.
Sivir comes on late. Lucian have a really hard time. Mid-range champion, mid-range ADC, same thing for Sivir against a Yasuo and a Mordekaiser with Jax, who, in my opinion, has gone an extremely greedy build for Jax. I like the Cinderhorn better, but they don't try to make a play on the Mordekaiser as ultimate, so...
Oh, they're trying to get the 3v1. Mordekaiser does pull JLP into an ult, though. You can't forget, nothing is a 3v1 against a Mordekaiser. And as he does come out of the Shadow Realm, he misses the E on Jirachi, goes a little bit wide, and his team is in here. Mr. Max, does die to the Q from Revens. Jirachi is ulted by Ganwian to survive. 2 flashes come down. Neil the Steel really looking for it. Can Revens lock one of them down in time? Yes, and another Q comes down. And suddenly we see another Fed carry as Revens starts to take kills. I mean, this is 4 people with gold.
Yeah.
And Ganwian goes down.
Yeah, this game is unfortunately pretty much over. I think the thing that I would look at if I were to sign a blog is when you're in a matchup like the top lane matchup, you need to have a little bit more jungle help. I think. Oh, looks like Guy Fieri might be.
He's just too big. He's just. That shield is massive. Are we gonna get a dancing Shelly? I mean, that's the real question. Is there not?
No, we
she's
won't.
gonna charge and die.
Yeah.
A really good ult though from JLP. That's not going to be enough. Too much damage from Freedom Penguin. Just takes him down in base. Looks like they might be pushing through in here.
Freedom Penguin trying to get that kill.
A little greedy, takes quite a bit of turret damage. They do take one of the turrets down though. Looks like the second one at least will drop. Mudkip's taking a lot of turret aggro though.
Yeah.
Push him off.
So, getting a little bit greedy, trying to play with your food too much, something I criticize all teams at any level about when you know you have the lead. They might get the kill on Mordekaiser here. He doesn't have his ultimate back up, and the shutdown does come.
Yeah, finally the shutdown.
So, yeah, you could have had a lot better situation happen for the side of Season 10 by taking this second tower. You could have probably ended the game if you didn't flash, Freedom Finger didn't flash and everything. Small things, you can look back at the end of the game. Like I was saying for blog, matchups that are, you know, Jarvan, really good early ganking jungler. I don't like the electric and going Cinderhulk, and I think Cinder is the correct purchase.
Well, we have a lull real quick. Second time I've seen Mr. Matt do this, and so now I want to know if it's maybe on purpose. This is the second time I've seen him drop a pink ward in a bush and proc his sweeper at the same time. The first time I figured it was a misclick, but twice makes me wonder if it was intentional.
I think he's probably, so what he's probably doing is, he puts down the pink ward and then wants to throw. More with the sweeper continuing to clear vision, or maybe it's just like, I am clearing vision, so I'm doing all the stuff that clears vision.
Well, no, I think what you could do, theoretically, is place a pink ward in one area where you want to clear, right? But then you immediately back off of that pink ward and start sweeping while you're activating sweepers to sweep the other areas. So then you get a full sweep.
Oh, JLP very low, gonna get caught out by Juice by Daddy here. 1 Q takes him down.
Yeah, this is a...
That's just greedy.
Blog was one of the teams in the preseason that looked really, really well in most of their games. I think they've kind of lost their identity. It was putting Ganwian and Guy Fieri on these champions that had agency without intervention from the jungle. And then a bot lane that could scale. You have a bot lane that can scale, but
Ganwian gonna get picked out. He does drop his ult to survive, but he gets stunned. Is it gonna be enough? Looks like Choose by Daddy's focused on Jirachi. Maybe he'll keep him alive, but Neil the Shield comes in to jump in. JLP lands a great ult on Freedom Penguin to keep him under turret. Is it gonna be enough to kill him off? Yes, he does finish him off, but Choose by Daddy takes the return kill. In response, Neil the Shield takes quite a bit of damage from that turret now. Does not land the E for the stun and is going to die himself. Mudkip's also taking a lot of turret damage. Mordekaiser finishes off. Oh my god, there's a lot happening. Revens is running away from Jirachi. Mordekaiser landed the ult on Neil the Steel. Does take the kill. Takes the kill again on Guy Fieri. And it looks like they're going to be able to just finish the Nexus off of this. Yeah, I think Mr. Matt gets in here and does something dummy. Jirachi goes down. Mr. Matt just doesn't have the damage outputs to do it. Oh, but Ganwian and JLP might. And Juice by Daddy, can he survive? He pulls in Mr. Matt, does get 1 kill, but eventually gets shut down. And now all of that shutdown gold has been converted into gold.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh, you hate to see that. J4 going down to a minion, but the kill still goes on to Juice by Daddy.
Well,
Supers are big.
big boy supers.
And it looks like that bot turret might go down. Yep, bot turret goes down as well. There's a big wave of minions into that.
So I'm so this is moments where like, yeah, you had the win, but the other team is literally just looking for anything, right? And if you're just gonna give it to them, you're playing with your food. I think that should be criticized.
Absolutely. Yep. And even here, Revens and Freedom Penguin trying to get in there, but Split from the Steelers don't have their tank there and just taking a lot of damage. And they're ahead enough to not really be punished by it, but they are really pretty greedy. Ult on JLP. Oh, Danny does take his skill down in the meantime. Juiced by Danny going pretty low, but does pop a very big shield and a very big ult. Takes down Danny, stays a little low. Is going to die in the end, but these minions are starting to take over. Yasuo trying to counter and get the split push. Doesn't work out as JLP catches him out. Yasuo gets behind. Mudkips is able to take one kill, but goes down in the meantime as Revens finishes off this mid inhibitor.
So,
Good God. There's like 12 things happening at once.
this is sloppy from Season 10, and what they don't realize is that if they keep on giving all this gold to the Sinner and to the Kill, there is a world that does exist in PMA LCS.
Popo can always still throw.
No,
I mean-
Popo wouldn't have thrown this bad. Let me tell you this much. I was the captain for Popo. If we had a chance to end the game, we're in the game.
Yeah.
Mainly
mean,
because
they had almost a 12k gold lead, and now it's down to 7.
But like, so Jarvan's about to hit 100 CS.
This is y'all just trying to give Tyler the kill record.
Are they just trying to take my kill record?
They're just trying to take Hoagie's kill record. They're gonna throw the game trying to get Hoagie's kill record.
No.
No, it won't. I don't think it counts. You can't do it artificially. Come on.
It's not artificial. This is still within regulation. Trust me. I don't think that the past 2 times, because Mudkips is on a different page than everybody else, it seems. He wants to end the game while everyone else is just fighting around. Lucian in that last team fight took down 2 people. He's on his 2-item power spike. Siver's about to hit 3. And Kale is 2 levels away from 16. Now, while that's all being said, Jackson's a soloing dragon. While
Solos for the Dragon Soul, yeah.
and Mordekaiser is soloing Baron with Freedom Penguin.
Solo's a strong word for the amount of damage he's taking.
Yeah. Oh, see, now this is what can happen.
And now those 2 are very low damage. Used by Daddy, actually incredibly low. Does pop a shield to get away. Going to survive by virtue of Aphelios, but that was very, very high risk for him. Morgana Q just barely doesn't make it. Gaming's able to get a kill on Neil the Seal, but does go down the Mudkips eventually as Drachi chases down Freedom Penguin. Drachi out of position. There's not even shutdown gold on that man. Oh, he does. They do get the kill though, but their base is going down. Drachi.
Drachi doesn't want to. He doesn't want to.
They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to.
Yeah, Drachi just wants it to end. And JLP going down is going to take the next down. GG.
And actually, my record is not safe because New Capateric did get 24 kills the other day, I heard, so.
Really? Oof.
So, no, my kill record is already gone anyways.
F.
F.
At least you had it for like an hour.
Yeah, it was great.
It's like those people who break like a course record at a race and get second. It's like, oh, that's fine, I guess.
That's horrible. That's such
What?
a horrible feeling. Yeah, you broke the world record and lost, so the other guy in front of you did too.
Yeah, there was at the Spine race 2-3 weekends ago, which is a 268-mile race in the UK. John Kelly won, and the guy who got second got like a new course record for his age group. Not like the overall course record, but got a new like age group record. And they're like, hey, you kind of got a record, but John Kelly also beat you with an even better record.
While
Like-
people are looking up the current kill record, I will make the MVP poll for game 2.
Yeah, I thought Bear was doing something the other day where he almost did it, but
Yep, he got 22 kills on Irelia mid.
yeah, that was an interesting game to watch as well as this one, which ended up being an 8,000 gold lead, which I would love to see the gold graph afterwards, and I think this game has to go to Juice by Daddy. Did really, really well. But why did y'all make us suffer through 10 more minutes?
I didn't suffer. I had a blast.
Blast is a very interesting word.
I had a decidedly mediocre time.
Decidedly mediocre sounds like a definition for my life.
So does that mean I get to keep my record?
Currently, yes.
Ah!
Until I start playing again, Kappa. No, I would never get a kill record. No one's gonna beat my first blood record. That's my prized possession. First blood and kill participation records are what I crave.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think that's Juiced by Daddy all the way. I think it was a tough matchup for the Kale. Kind of still not. I don't know how the York matchup goes, so maybe Ganwain didn't want to do that. No, Jirachi, it's not. But yeah, so that's about it for me. Make the MVP poll. We'll talk about who gets it when they win. Neil the Steel was the winner for game 1, right?
Correct. I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted to do this, but I am still sick, so I'm gonna let y'all do MVP, and I'm gonna dip because I feel gross.
Okay.
But GG's, that was a ton of fun. Tell both MVPs that they're great and I'm proud of them.
Sounds
I'll be
good,
sure.
my dude.
GG's, guys.
GG.
GG's. All right, we will give it a few more seconds, like 30 more seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's look at these damage charts because I feel like that Mordekaiser did a lot.
I
Yep,
think he has a lot of kills, but yeah.
a lot of
It's
damage too. 26 over 26k, and the next highest, so 27k, 27.4k damage by Mordekaiser. Next highest is the Aphelios with 15k, so 10k ahead of in damage than the next highest. So yeah, that's a lot of damage.
I agree.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
So I guess we'll just give it to Juiced by Daddy at this point because
Yeah, I
unless
don't foresee
miraculous,
anything crazy.
yeah,
Anything crazy happening there.
yeah. So let's just call it. So let's go to player of the game numero uno.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll get both captains in here, and then also the Neil the Steel and Juiced by Daddy. If you could both join us, that'd be great. We are joined by Juiced by Daddy and Neil the Steel. Now we're just waiting for the captains. Yes.
Last one's Guy Fieri, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna invite him in? Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I always send uwus before, or not always, but sometimes I like to send uwus as a positivity reminder.
Yeah. So it's Mudkips, and yeah, and then we're just gonna wait for Guy Fieri. But congratulations, season 10.
Thank you, Bum.
How'd y'all feel about the games?
Feel pretty good. We were coming off of our first loss this season. We started 5-0 and
Split last week, right?
yeah, split last week. So we were feeling optimistic about it. You know, hey, we have to lose eventually, and let's learn how to rebound. And so I don't think outside of the kind of trolling at the end of that game too, I don't think you can rebound much better. So we feel pretty good.
Yeah, John, how many lashes are you giving the team for the trolling at the end?
None, because I was probably the one who started it.
Oof.
All I know is Cody's like, you guys are trolling, and I'm like, wait, okay, I guess we are. And so then we kind of backed up. We trolled a couple more times, not meaning to, and then we realized, okay, Saber's almost 3 items. Kale's getting items. We should probably just end this before we actually throw.
Thinking
Interesting.
face.
Yeah, thinking face indeed. Well, that's good to know that y'all decided to play the game.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Any questions
Indeed.
from the chat? Oh, there's a lot of shout out and cheers for Neil the Steel from Jewel Baka. There's a lot of
Whoever
cheers in
that
the chat.
is.
Yep. Jewel Baca, thanks for tuning in again. That is my biggest fan. So
Hey.
Hey!
Your
All
big
right.
is fan.
Here's
my
my
biggest fan.
That's awful. I love it. All right. You have to choose between Jewel Baca or General Dill.
Oh man. I choose General Dill, just because I know Jewel Baca
Heartbroken.
will understand and he'd be okay with me doing so. And whoever posted that photo of the anime Photoshop with mine and Dill's faces, that was genius. Thank you for posting that. But yeah, General Dill, I mean, just the perfect captain to work with my first season in the PMA LCS, and took me from just being a kind of a middling bronze player to someone that actually understands the game and plays with other people well. So thanks, still.
Yep.
Hey,
Through
I was
flame,
fun though
you
too,
can
right? Ooh, ooh.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, Hoagie.
Yay.
Juice by Daddy. Good job on your second game.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh yeah, that Mordekaiser was bonkers. Oh jeez. Oh man.
were you worried about the matchup? Have you ever played that matchup and going to the KO?
I've played it before in norms, or I guess norms, because I don't really play ranked. And it's kind of a matchup that goes into a like really skill based slash jungler ganking early. Like
Mhm.
I had to have Neil tell me several times to back it off because we haven't seen J4 in a bit, and I was like, crap, you're right. So I had to back away, try to not push too hard so I don't just
Die.
yeah, so I don't get like, oh, J4 ganked and I'm dead. Like there was a one point in the second game I had placed a ward, pushed a little bit, and I saw J4 and had to back away, and my voice is shot. Anyway,
You
had
should
to back
wear a
away.
bulletproof vest in your throat then.
You're right.
I hate it, but I like it at the same time.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
and
Thank you,
J4 got there like right as I got past the point where he couldn't really get a good gank off, so he got kind of just turned around, and then we ended up using that to even turn around and get first blood on him. So I think that really just helped me secure my strength in the lane because it got me some early gold, and they kind of just pushed me ahead.
I do agree. We mentioned that ward placement right there in the early game. It was well timed because Jarvan, I believe, was and trying to focus that top lane, but then it just kind of got out of hand. And it's really hard to gank certain champions when they are ahead like that. Mordekaiser definitely is one of them. Any other questions from chat or anything like that? I guess we won't be joined by Guy Fury.
And I'm. You know what? This question is for mostly Mudkips, I guess. John,
Hi.
how do you feel about going into the last week of the round robin before we return back to the week 1 round robin starting next week?
Well, I am looking forward to that rematch because I'm pretty sure that your team was the only team to take a game off of us in preseason. So
That we did.
So
I'm
that's gonna
excited
be
for this
fun.
rematch. But better ban my Casio.
Not if I play it first.
Okay,
Oof.
fair enough. Sneaky lady sees the light of day.
Well, I think that's gonna be it for us.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Congrats for the 2-0
Thank
Yep.
you. Thanks
and
for
the
having us.
MVP. Crazy MVPs. Bonkers. Pog.
Agreed.